Does your art looks empty, or maybe it have too many things to look at that you don't know where to focus on? Well, you, my friend, might suffering from visual imbalance. But don't you worry, because me too. Every finished artwork looks intentional, but the truth is, most of the time, I don't know exactly what the final image will look like when I start. Let's try to learn a thing or two while we draw this art in the background. This piece was built by solving one problem at a time. I will do my best to explain what I learned from it. Before starting, I am not a pro artist, so don't take everything I say as unquestionable fact. I am a human, and I can make mistake. Now, let's fill this empty canvas, shall we? I started with a simple mannequin-like figure. No hair, no clothing details, no effects. Just the pose. At this stage, I'm not thinking about colors or rendering. I'm thinking about silhouette. In my opinion, if the silhouette isn't interesting, no amount of rendering will save the artwork later. As you were watching, these are the brushes that I used. Yep, only 3. You don't need different brush for different works, and I'm using IBIS Paint X for every art that I draw. And I have my middle finger as the pen. Some polishing here and there. Once I was satisfied with the pose, I started designing the dress. You might be wondering, why did I use purple as my base color? Well, we all like Thanos, right? Just kidding. Purple is a color between red and blue, so by adjusting the intensity of red and blue, we can create all kind of skin tone. Also, why this part is so big? Well, it's for rage bait purpose. Comment down below if you are angry. As for the cloths, the idea was to create something that felt magical and lightweight, almost as if it was made of light itself. Instead of treating the dress as fabric, I treated it as an energy source. The typical fantasy art you see. And that's why the edges glow and the material appears translucent. I create the basic shape of the dress and reduce the opacity. It will work as the blueprint of the dress, because you know, it's blue. Once the effects were in place, I began rendering dress. This is where many artists focus entirely on details, but details weren't my biggest concern. I was constantly asking a different question. Where is the viewer looking? This is the most important question you have to ask yourself if you want to visually balance your art. As I render the cloths, let me tell you more about myself. I am a very artistic person. I do arts all the time, like in the corner of my notebook when I study, on the plates when I eat, and on a wall when I pee. Just kidding. Don't do that. Look for a public toilet if you can. Now, the silhouette looked incomplete, and a hair will fix that. But the question is, what color? If you look at the theme, there are many blue and white. If I had something different, it could be the center of attention, so blue is way to go. As for the length, I like long, and that will suit this art very well. So I added long, flowing hair. Immediately, the composition improved. The hair filled empty space and balanced the shape of the character against the energy ribbons. Now that we are here, look at that. But solving one problem revealed another. Now the dress and magical effects were receiving most of the viewer's attention. The skin areas felt too simple compared to everything else. Large, empty surfaces often attract attention for the wrong reasons, and this emptiness is happening because the background is dark and the skin have nothing to look at other than plain surface. So I introduced glowing floral tattoos. The tattoos served multiple purposes. They added visual interest to the skin, they reinforced the magical theme, and they connected the character to the energy around her. Now you can guide the observer's eye using this pattern. At this point, I thought I was finished, but after looking at the artwork for a while, I noticed something important. And a tip's for everyone. Always try to look at your finished artwork after a while. You will find some mistake if you rewatch it multiple times. Now, the lower half of the image had become visually heavier than the upper half. The glowing dress, tattoos, and energy effects were pulling attention downward. The face and hair weren't receiving the same amount of focus. This is one of the common visual imbalance everyone faces. To fix the imbalance, I could have added a halo, a glowing crown, or something else entirely, but instead of creating a random accessory, I wanted something that belonged to the same visual language as the rest of the artwork. So I designed a glowing flower ornament inspired by constellations and stars. The stars already existed, the floral patterns already existed, so I combined them. The result became one of my favorite parts of the piece. Now, the hair ornament become the first focal point of this art. The viewer's eye will glide from the hairpiece to the earring and the face. Then it will follow the tattoo, and from the dress it can lead to either the thighs, if you're a gooner like me, or the blue ribbon around the canvas. And that, my friend, is a visually balanced art. I feel like I've wasted 10 hours of my life over nothing. Well, anything for you guys. I've never noticed it's been 2 years since I created this channel. This channel is officially dead. It's up to you if you want to revive this channel or not. A simple click on the like button and subscribing this channel might help. Also, if you have some interesting art idea, be sure to let me know in the comment. Since nobody will comment anyway, your idea have a high chance to be picked, and I might address that in the next video. Till then, take care and keep painting, because it's just the beginning.